Standing on the edge of a cliff, realize there must be more to life than this. Reaching for the stars, traveling so far, like a dragonfly. Just grab my hand from heaven's send with me tonight.
My channel is about all things chronic illness, so don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hey guys, don't mind. My locks are sticking through, but they're doing really good. Very minimal, like shedding, than like I was having prior. Anywho's, it's Tuesday night, and just today, I'm just still really sluggish, I guess, from the weekend or whatever. Had an event with the nonprofit with our focus group. We did like a little thank you dinner, and that was really a success. It was only like from 5:30 to 7, and then I had to go by the grocery store to get like some more juices, fruit, and yogurt. But I'm just like I'm done. Like I would say I can rest tomorrow, but I called get my locks retwist, even though they look good. As far as like the frizziness and stuff. What else was happening? Hey guys, happy Wednesday. So I took my hair down in anticipation that I had a hair retwist appointment that I don't actually have. Got all the way dressed, struggling to get dressed, to get all the way to the thing, and she's like, my appointment's on the 22nd, even though I had a text notification like when they schedule, and I had that date down, but I thought it was strange that I didn't get my reminder email or text like I normally do. But I just was like, okay, maybe it just didn't come through because my phone has been acting crazy. Yep, it was a whole nother day. So the struggles of everything right now. So today, that was the only thing I had on my schedule. So now I'm going home and getting in the bed. I'm so miserable. I'm tired. I'm hurting so bad. So I'm upset that I took my hair out of the way she had it. Because it would have made it last a lot longer to the 22nd. But it is what it is at this point. Like, I'm just tired. I need to call my lung doctor to see what he wants to do pertaining to like this whole shortness of breath. It's just like I feel like I just can't take a complete deep breath in or out. One of the members of the nonprofit, she had been sick, and me and her both are on methotrexate, and she developed autoimmune disease in December after getting like her COVID vaccines. She thought she had like COVID, and every test, like she had several COVID tests, and it came back negative. But she ended up having the flu. But now she has something weird with autoimmune, and she just got out of the hospital for blood clots. And that was like really scary compared listening to my lung doctor saying that methotrexate can really scar your lungs, and I don't want that because my lungs are already scarred. But I want to try to reach out to the office and find out what I need to do. I'm just tired of going to appointments, honestly. Like, it's just too much right now. Hey guys, happy Thursday. Heading to a quick board meeting. We normally have them on Zoom, but our annual meeting is at the end of the month, and that's where we vote on for finalist for 4 $30,000 grants, so we have to finalize a whole lot of stuff. I'm really struggling today with the pain and a lot of nausea. Everything is like any smell is making me sick to my stomach. It's just a lot. And it's raining, so that means joints are hurting. I did call the pain management doctor that's supposed to be trying to take over from my other doctor. I left him a message a couple days ago. Nobody's called me back. I guess I need to ask the neurosurgeon, because he also does like epidurals on neck and back. So I need to try to call them back. I've literally left 3 messages and nobody has called me back. So I'm just at a point, I don't know what else to do.
Turn left onto Hennigan Drive.
Because sometimes when you have like extensive chronic illness or issues, some doctors just don't want to treat you.
At the next stop sign, turn left.
Sorry, the GPS is telling me which way to go. But like, I just wanted them to know, like, I don't need you for narcotics or anything. Like, I just need somebody to manage these epidurals, since like I'm having to get them so frequent now.
At the stop sign, turn left onto Mobile Highway.
I'm just trying to buy myself time, because like I know I need this neck surgery. But that doctor also knows my history of like with my lupus and certain things I would have to come off of before he would do the surgery. So I'm not sure. I left a message for my lung doctor. They didn't call me back. I'm just at the point, I'm so over dealing with doctors and all of this. Like, it's just too much. Hey guys, happy Sunday. I'm heading to go get tested for COVID. So we hired a new girl to come and sit with my stepdaughter Easter, who has cerebral palsy. We literally have not had an aide probably in the last 5 years. Just couldn't find anybody that was reliable. Anyways, she came Thursday because she's going to be working a lot more hours coming up within the next few weeks, and so we wanted to make sure she was trained good with the electric Hoyer lift to get Easter in and out of the tub. So she came at from 11 to 3 on Thursday, and I didn't really I was really nauseated, so I canceled my eyebrow appointment, but I had to go to an in-person board meeting, which I had my mask on the whole time, outside of taking sips of water after talking. But when I got home, I told Michael that I was really achy. My ears were hurting. My throat was really sore. I took a COVID test that night just because it kind of hit me all of a sudden. And then I didn't think anything else about it. Yesterday, I was in bed the entire day, most of the day. Friday I was in bed all day. Saturday I was still laying down most of the day, did a little things putting dishes in the dishwasher type stuff. And I just today I told my husband I just felt really just blah feeling. I feel like I have a fever. Haven't checked the fever, but I was having chills or whatever. And I had, got up earlier, took my shower, had breakfast, and the weather is just cloudy. So I'm just okay, it's just a cloudy day. I'm just tired. So the aide texts and says she started feeling bad Friday, and she got tested that Saturday, and it just came back that she has COVID. My husband said he feels good. Easter doesn't have any symptoms, and normally the way My husband's like always like gone in practice, and the only time that like we're around each other is like right before we get ready to go to bed, like that we're close together. Easter, like I'm only around her normally like when I'm giving her lunch or dinner or whatever it is. But she normally sits in the sitting room, which is separate from wherever I sit and eat, which will be like in the living room. We do have 2 athletes staying with us, and same thing with them. Like if they're not eating, they're in the room that they're staying in. The other day they were in the sitting room, but it wasn't when Easter was in the sitting room. So like everybody's pretty much like not confined in an area. But I've just noticed like my breathing was a lot worse. Like I called my lung doctor. I guess I called him Friday and not Thursday. My days are all messed up. Which they were closed, just to tell them about like I'm having shortness of breath, and I just didn't know if it was the methotrexate or the vancomycin or what. But my lungs just don't feel good. So I just went ahead and quickly scheduled an appointment for a COVID test at CVS. It's at 2:40. It's like 2:20. It's still raining. And I'm just prayerful that it's not COVID, because I'm scheduled to go see my rheumatologist. I'm supposed to drive up Tuesday. It's just a lot of stuff that I have going on. That this would not, like, I don't want COVID if I didn't have nothing going on, but I'm just saying, like, but I just don't feel good. Like, it really feels like, like I told my husband, I said it's hard to know, because sometimes when my body gets so run down with lupus, it feels like you have the flu. So it's just hard to know exactly what's going on. Hey guys, happy Monday. I don't know if I came on earlier or not. It's about almost 11:15 at night. Completely just wore out. I finally got my COVID results back, hence no mask. It came back negative. I still don't feel good. My oxygen earlier before I got in the shower was 89. I'm just having a really hard time breathing. Lung doctor never called back. I did, reschedule my appointment for the rheumatologist, because at the time, at like 12:30, 1 o'clock, the results hadn't come back. And so I had to cancel a hotel, cancel a rental car. So I'm scheduled to go back July something, 14th, something like the first 2 weeks of July. So they're going to mail me my lab order so I can get that done, because I told you guys I lost the other one. So tomorrow, since nothing's on the schedule, I'm just going to rest. My throat still hurts. My ears still hurt. Really bad headache. Which that's probably from my neck. So I'm just really wore out, to be honest. And I just need to rest up. What else? Any doctor's appointments this week other than no? I don't think I have any other ones. Next Monday, I have a urology appointment with a new urologist. And I'm trying to remember, I think this was set up months ago. And I think it was when I was starting to get UTIs frequently again. And so they're needing to check that. And of course, some like, just like not all the way incontinence, but there are times where if I barely make it to the bathroom. And I'm not sure if that has anything to do with the autonomic stuff or stuff with my back. I don't know. I'm looking at my eyebrows. I need to go get them done. I had an appointment scheduled. It was Friday, but I canceled because I didn't feel good. And my friend, we live in the same subdivision, and she has some type of large, it's non-cancering, but a fast-growing tumor, and she's got to have like reconstructive jaw surgery. So her last day is in July. So I'm trying to get in, before that appointment. I mean, before she leaves. Yeah, because they're a little bit out of control. I don't have anything else. Like, you can see under my eyes. Like, I'm just struggling. Like, I got up to do 2 Zooms. One was at 11. And it didn't, like I said, it didn't last but not even 30 minutes. And then the other one was at 1:15. So in between, I just laid down and just rested. Hey guys, happy Tuesday. Just got back in the bed. It's about 11 something. I had breakfast, took my medicine. I've just been really struggling this morning with upper abdominal pain, like in my pancreas, and like knots of nausea. So immediately, when I got up at like 7:30, I took a Zofran to see if it would kind of calm that down. I have 3 more days left on the vancomycin, and then I have to repeat the stool sample and then wait to show that that's, I guess, clear before I can resume my methotrexate. Throat still a little scratchy, ears about the same. I just am resting today. I'm not doing anything else. I'm just mentally drained, having some anxiety about some things, and I just need to chill out today. So I'm going to take one of my medical marijuana capsules and just go to sleep. So I'll come back on a different day. Hey guys, happy Wednesday. Hope everyone is well. I had a Zoom at like 9:15, but we were off by 9:45. So I've put some dishes in the dishwasher, and I'm probably gonna go lay back down for a little bit. I'm just still kind of dragging when it comes to everything. My husband just took my bonus daughter to her hair appointment. Our car's in the shop. It broke down Monday. Yeah, it broke down Monday, and we had to have it towed to the mechanic, and it's something with the alternator. So hopefully the car will be fixed by today or tomorrow. Yeah, it's just, yeah. Trying to just we're already in the process of looking for 2 more vehicles anyway, because ours are literally almost 10 years, if not older. But we're trying to do it the best way that we don't have to have a car note. So we're just trying to figure that part out. So I'm gonna rest, and hopefully by today, I can feel a little bit better, get support energy. All right, guys. So just left. I spoke to my lung doctor's office to leave another message. They said that my doctor's nurse has been out, but the other nurses were supposed to check their voicemail. Obviously, they did not, or they just didn't care. So she's getting the message in to them for them to try to call me back because my oxygen just dropped to, I told my husband 80, it was 86 actually. Um, that's the lowest that it's gotten. Uh, so I'm not sure. Like I told the lady, it recovers once I stop what I'm doing. So I'm really not sure exactly what is going on. I don't know. Is it the methotrexate that caused the C. diff? Because a lot of times people get C. diff when they're on antibiotics. Have not been on antibiotics, so I don't know the cause of the C. diff. Like, it's trying to get answers and nobody's answering. I don't know if it's just because my body is off of the methotrexate that I'm now having the breathing issue. But I can't even start my methotrexate back. Like, my last day of vancomycin is tomorrow. And I have to then go and do a stool sample to make sure the C. diff is gone before I can even think about going back on methotrexate. So my body is just like really crazy and it's just a lot. I just don't feel good. My head hurts, and then it's like, is my head hurting because of my neck, or is my head hurting because my oxygen keeps dropping? Probably both. So I'm just trying to, my husband just was like, you need to unplug from everything, because I'll still, like, watch my YouTube and stuff like that. And he's like, no, you just need to unplug completely. So I'm going to reach out to my co-chair to let her know what's going on. But yeah, I don't think we have anything until tomorrow afternoon, like at, I think it's like 1 o'clock, but it's Zoom related. So yeah, I'll keep you guys posted. Alright guys, so just picked up my car from the mechanic. My husband drove me so I could drive it back. I'm so tired and out of breath. Going back home to get back in the bed. So the lung doctor called back to tell me, you need to call the GI doctor or your rheumatologist that put you on those medications. That wouldn't be us. And I said, okay, I understand that. I said, but doctor, my doctor told me if I start experiencing these problems to let him know so he can go ahead and order the CT scan. So I'm like, you know what? Like, I just don't have the energy to argue with doctors and their nurses at this point. So I sent a message to my rheumatologist through the portal, and of course it can take up to 2 days for them to respond. They're closed on Fridays, or maybe they're only there a half a day. I don't even know anymore. So I guess if it just gets too bad, I just go to the ER and pray that somebody will take me serious. I'm just at my wit's end when it comes to dealing with doctors and nurses, and no one should have to justify. Now, if I was calling the lung doctor to say, oh, I'm having a reaction to the vancomycin, like I'm itching, like, yeah, then tell me to call the doctor that prescribed it to me. But when my lungs are involved and the lung doctor is the one that told me these are things you look out for, and they're like, oh, well, your nurse has been out, so the other nurses are supposed to check the voicemail. Well, apparently that wasn't the case, because I called on Thursday and no one called me back. No one called to say, did it get worse? Did you have to go to the ER? I was going to come into their office to get their walk-in clinic, but it's closed today. Why is the walk-in clinic closed when the office is open? I don't understand. Like, this is something the lung doctor has set in place to have walk-in clinic. I don't. And they're closed on Fridays. Lord, give me strength. And they wonder why we don't like going to the doctor in hospitals, because we have to go through 50,000 channels for anyone to try to take us serious. Heading to my dentist appointment. Um, my lungs aren't as bad this morning that I can tell just by taking a shower. Like I said, heading to the dentist to get my temporary crowns off and the permanent ones put on. Then I think the next step is starting the molding for the partials. I'm not sure. Then I didn't know there was different types of partials. So I have to ask him which ones am I getting, because I had no clue. But I learned something. YouTube would teach you a lot. But yeah, I've got some Zoom calls that I'll have to just call in by phone if the time runs over. One's at 1:30, one's at 3. So I'm praying that I'm not there extremely long like I was the last time, because I will not be happy. Hey everyone, happy Friday. Hope everyone's well. It's about 9:30 tonight and I just got out of the shower. I ended up going to the thing that me and my husband had to chaperone, the Juneteenth event. I just pushed my way through it because I just honestly just got so tired of having to cancel all engagements because I don't feel good. I did have my telehealth appointment with my rheumatologist, and he was saying that there's a small chance of methotrexate colons and C. diff. And I said, I'm really just concerned. I said, at first I kept saying it was my pancreas, and I kept saying, hey, it's a little bit more than that. What's going on? Talking about my lungs, and he's like, well, do you have a lung doctor? And I was like, yeah, but they told me to call you guys because they didn't put me on the methotrexate, even though the lung doctor told me if I start having shortness of breath that I need to let him know. So he just was like, well, are you sure you don't want to find a doctor closer? He's like, I really feel bad because I feel like you need to be seen in person. And like I told him, I was like, well, I was scheduled to see you in person, but when I had the COVID exposure, I was just I didn't want to risk coming up there and putting other people at risk. And he was like, no, I get it. I'm just saying. And he was like, well, have you seen any other doctors in the area? Yep, she discharged me. Not going back to that one. I'm not going back to that one. So then it makes you feel like you're this complicated, picky patient. And I'm not. Like, I'm complicated, but that's not my fault. And I try to be as compliant as possible. So he just was like, well, can you keep your appointment for next month? And I was like, yeah, that's not a problem. So, that's what I do. He wants me to start back my methotrexate immediately, even though I told him today was my last day. So really, I've been off of it for really like 17 days because it took them that long to call me back to tell me what I need to do. So he just said to start it back ASAP because he's really concerned about my breathing. And like I told him, anytime that I'm on like Benlysta or Humira or any of those, and then I end up having to stop because of an infection, my lungs wreak havoc. It's just really, really difficult. And I don't know what else to do. He talked about CellCept, and I was like, well, I'm on Plaquenil. And then he's like, oh, yeah, you are. How much are you I'm thinking to myself, do you not have my chart in front of me? Like, in front of you? Like, I don't understand. So, yeah, that's what your girl's doing. So, I'm resting tomorrow and tomorrow and Sunday. I'm just need to rest. Good morning, guys. Happy um Saturday. Yesterday really threw me off. I was thinking yesterday was Saturday. Um, so just got done eating breakfast. It's about almost 10 o'clock. Um, and I'm about to go ahead and take my methotrexate. I was gonna try to wait till Sunday, but I can't. Um, so I'm about to take a little Benadryl, um, to be on the safe side. And I'm gonna go ahead and get this injection started. And I'm just gonna rest the rest of the weekend. Um, I've got some grant stuff that I need to work on, some PowerPoint presentations, which I can do in the bed until the Benadryl kicks in. So that's what your girl is about to do. I sent a thank you thing to my rheumatologist, and I don't really like. I get what he's saying, um, and if I had to go back, it would be to the doctor that diagnosed me. I think we just had some crazy misunderstanding when she discharged me, because that was the time frame. I was calling their office, and her nurses weren't doing their job, and I ended up being put in the hospital where they thought I had a stroke. Um, so whatever, neither here nor there. Um, but if I had to leave him, I would still probably do UAB versus dealing with anybody local. And the reason I say that is because most rheumatologists, they don't even make rounds. My current doctor, he does do rounds because he just feels like that's important. But it wouldn't bother me if my rheumatologist wasn't in person to a degree, because 9 times out of 10 they have to call them to go over stuff anyway. So I'm just praying that he keeps me for now, and praying that I just get back a little bit more stable, um, regardless of whatever, like going through this elevator stuff, and the fact that, I was pretty much in remission, not on any kind of Plaquenil, CellCept, nothing at the time of the accident. And as soon as that happened, like, my whole health just like went back downhill. And I don't care what doctors say, I don't care what attorneys say, they don't live inside my body. So it's just very frustrating to deal with the stuff that we have to deal with, and to be told you're complicated, and like that's a bad thing, that is not our fault, is that our illness is complicated. um Excuse me. I'm just kind of just at my wit's end with a lot of stuff with providers. It's never heard back from the pain management. So now I guess Monday I need to call back to my old doctor's office to see, can they get me in with somebody else, or can they send me back to the neurosurgeon, just for the injection portions. I don't freaking know at this point, and I'm just over it. Um, I'm just over how the process where I didn't know that he was leaving. Never to this day have gotten a letter to say he was leaving, even though they say they mailed them. Um, so I'm just kind of frustrated, because I felt like if I would have known, I could have started researching providers myself. It's a lot for us to find, because then doctors see our complicated history and think that we're drug seekers and everything else. And when I left the voicemail, I told them that my treatments are, 98% just injection only, not anything to do with narcotics. Like, I think I've had a narcotic script twice, um, since going back to this pain management, um, because I've been trying to just maintain with my medical marijuana, and for the most part, it helps, a lot. But there are times where the combating the lupus flare that inflames everything else, that it just doesn't work, and you have to have something to get you over the hump. So that's what your girl is doing right now. So just pray for me, because these doctors will make you, I feel like they try to push you to kind of be nasty so then they can have a reason to discharge you. And I just try to smile through it, but it's very hurtful. It almost seems like, of course, number one, they don't believe you, and they're just tired of dealing with you. And I can see, if I'm calling you every week, saying the same thing and nothing that you're doing is working, I can see you saying, but yeah, I can see them, if that was the case, to say we need to separate, whatever. But I barely call doctors, and I get what, like the last couple of visits have been telehealth, because I was so sick at one point and I couldn't make the trip. So that aspect, I do see him when he says that. But my thing is, even if I make the trip all the way up there, technically, what are you really going to do other than saying, I need to have blood work? Unless you plan on saying, I feel like you need to be admitted to run testing. Because if you're not saying that, there's no difference from a telehealth to an in-person. The only difference on in-person, you can feel my joints to tell me if they're warm, swollen, or whatever, and I can do the same thing at home. So that's the part that I really don't kind of understand when it comes to these specialists. Just some stuff you just can't, like for lupus, there's a lot of stuff like you can't just do from your rheumatologist. Like if you're having lung issues, by all means go to the lung doctor or your GI doctor, like stuff like that. Yeah, you need to go in person. But I just feel like with rheumatology, what are they doing any different? Because half the time, if there's something going on with your lungs or your heart, they're sending you out to a different doctor anyway. That's just my, feedback. Good morning, guys. Happy Monday. Sorry if the air is blasted, but it's 91 degrees and it's just 10:15. So I am heading to a new patient urology appointment. Honestly, like when I was having issues probably 3 months back, is when I asked my doctor to go ahead and do the referral, and this is how long it took for me to get in. So I'm just tired still. I don't feel good. Just I guess my body's trying to get back used to being on methotrexate, and then it flares up the pancreas and every freaking other thing. So what I'm doing while I'm at this appointment, I'm gonna go ahead and get the labs that I need from the rheumatologist, along with the stool culture things that I need. The GI doctor is at a different hospital, but I'm not going on that side of town just to go get the specimen stuff when I can just do it at this lab and they can just send him the results. And hopefully they will send my rheumatology results to the right location, because every time they send it to his old office, which is inside of this building, but every time they just don't pay attention. Like, and when I say make sure the address is up there, oh, you need to tell the lab that. And when I say something to the lab, they say you should have said that at registration. So I don't know who what's supposed to update this man's address. And matter of fact, I just get a letter. He's moving to a bigger office. was thinking, I was like, the city, I don't know why I thought that was close to me, but it's still 5.5 hours, so I guess it's only like a few minutes from the old location. But yeah, I'm just trying to make it. What did we do? Yesterday, me and my husband, we went to the farmer's market to get some vegetables and fruit. And we also, what else did we do? Oh, we went to Walmart to get a few groceries. And after that, I was completely wore out. Like, my oxygen, everything was just crazy. So I ended up laying down. I don't know, it was probably like 4 or something, and I didn't get up till almost 9 o'clock. Just talking is making me even more short of breath. So I'm just, struggling at this point. It's just a lot right now. It really is. Just trying to stay positive. I have a campaign coming up that I'm going to be doing for Lupus. Don't know the details yet. I just signed the contract and all of that stuff. So once I know more, I can let my followers know. I plan to take like the first part of July to get my Smiles Behind Lupus and Lupus Smile Box stuff together. Been working on logos behind the scene, trying to see if I can just maneuver it and do it myself, or do I just kind of want to get someone to do it. So I have not figured that part out. I do have a few options that I've done myself, but I'm just trying to just rebrand as far as really the Lupus Smile Box, because that logo was just like a quick, let me make a logo, and it has nothing to do with the purple of lupus, no butterflies on it. It's a lot of things that was because I did it rushed and really not understanding the importance of true branding. So I'm just trying to navigate through that. Hey guys. Oh God, I'm so out of breath. It's Tuesday. I'm heading to get something to eat. I've been in the bed all day. I haven't even had lunch. It is currently like 91 degrees, and it's 8:30 at night. When I got in the garage to get into the car, my glasses just completely fogged up. I'm just really struggling. So I talked to the lung doctor, and her thing is like, oh, well, we need to get you in to be seen. Oh, well, we don't have any appointments because he's not here this week or next week. And so when she went to, like, for 4th of July weekend, and I was just like, anytime, oh, well, I don't have anything, so I'll just have to put you on a cancellation list. So I'm thinking to myself, so what what am I supposed to do? My stats today were literally like 88. And I can't catch a good breath. So I guess tomorrow, I just need to, I don't even know what to do. I have to talk to my husband. My bonus daughter is supposed to go to her mom's house, but I'm not sure which days. So the whole going to the ER thing, and it's a lot. So I'm kind of just aggravated because I just don't have any kind of strength whatsoever. I'm having to switch up when I do my folic acid and my vitamin B, because the medicines that they have me on for my pancreas, the Creon and the other one, affects the absorption of folic acid and the vitamin B. So they suggest you take it 4 to 6 hours either before or after the other one, which is still hard to do because I'm having to take these anytime that I eat. So I just try to pop it in my mouth 15 minutes before I have to eat something again to take the other medicine. I'm like, so what are you supposed to do? Like, I don't even know. So I finally got this stool sample that I need to do, so I can go take that tomorrow. Hopefully. I have a hair appointment at 11. So I'm going to try to, if I have the strength, get up a little bit earlier, at least an hour earlier, to be able to go to the hospital to get, this done. I need blood work from what our rheumatologist ordered. Just this part, just talking in general. I had one Zoom. I was off screen, out of breath, just because I'm like more of the head of the grants, and so the questions, a lot of stuff I had to answer just by conversation. Like, it was just a struggle.